So I'm Victoria Dean with TAC Consulting. We are a bookkeeping and small consulting firm, and our vision and goal is to help small businesses grow and compete with big corporations so that we can build better and good communities through good financial reporting. I think the biggest thing with my company that I'm proud of is being able to see a lot of my clients go from being worried at night when they sleep and how they're going to, make certain things happen within their business to becoming very financially sound. I have quite a few clients over the past few years that I've seen go from being very insecure in their financial needs to being very comfortable and being able to sleep good at night. And there's nothing like having someone say, I sleep better at night because of the things that I've learned from you. So I think for us, that's the most rewarding thing. I think like any small business, right, we struggle with the weight and the responsibility of being a business owner, especially if we have employees. We are, responsible at the end of the day for their livelihood, for ensuring that we're taking care of them in the right way, for ensuring that we're growing in the right way. So I think that, it's a constant struggle of how do we maintain who we are and also help our employees as well as our clients to grow to where they need to be. I think the biggest goal is to continue the succession of who we are as TAC, right? And to continue to help these businesses grow, but in a larger dynamic, right? Right now it's me and it's my bookkeeping firm, and we're using financial reporting to teach you how to navigate everything that you're doing in your business life every day, but there's nothing like having trusted advisors in your corner, right? So having a group like War Room Roundtable for me is extremely beneficial because I can give my clients the additional help and support that they need, but as well as being able to get that feedback on how I can grow constructively as a business. So it's definitely a huge endeavor for me, but it just speaks to who we are as TAC. So I grew up in hospitality. First job in Las Vegas at the Peppermill as a cocktail waitress. One of the coolest jobs I actually ever had, and probably one of the best money makers for the hours that I worked. But it became infectious. It just ingrained into kind of who I was, and I realized at that point restaurants were just, in hospitality was something that I was always going to love and be a part of. So I was fortunate enough to grow up and in that field and learn a lot about it in all types of fields, working my way up all the way through banquet manager, director of sales and marketing, into a GM where a lot of hospitality people can kind of relate, where you don't usually have an accounting person in those high-level places. So if you're a GM or a director of sales or one of those things, you're probably doing the books for the business, and that's how it started for me. And I found out that I had a great knack for numbers. I had a really good way of viewing the whole picture and not just the bottom line or what the surface level was, but really seeing how a business works as a whole. And financial numbers really made that vision complete for me, and it was monumental and it was a huge change for me. So it's where I really transitioned out of being solely a hospitality customer service representative into full accounting and really helping and strategizing with large corporations on how they can save money, they can have better customer service, they can have better employee retention, and they can make more money at the same time. And it's an easy strategy if you understand the basics and you understand the strategies of how to do that. And so that was the key for me, was always going into these businesses, especially working for franchises and for people that were, what's the word I lost it. Well, doesn't matter, lost it. Management companies. So working for management companies helped a lot in showing transition and change. And when you see a lot of leadership transition and change, you really get to see that the financial numbers are the overall speaking value to a company. It doesn't really matter who's in charge as long as you have a good financial understanding and the people there have a really good understanding of how to express their needs to their employees and to their leadership team and how that's executed. So that was really monumental to my change, but through all of that, you get really frustrated and tired with the change. And so that was the biggest thing for me of going out on my own, is taking all these corporate strategies and everything I had learned and applying that to the business owner who is just himself or just one employee and wants to make it, because that is who we are in America. We are the small business owners. That is the biggest driving force. But they don't have a lot of the same knowledge or corporate strategy or the people in there to be able to give them the corporate strategy that they need to be successful. And if they have those things, they can compete with large corporations and be just as successful. And so for me, that's the biggest goal, and that's the biggest thing that has led me to really take everything that I've learned throughout the 25, 30 years and saying all of these things actually matter, down to the littlest detail of taking care of your staff and how you hire, all the way up to how that glass, ceiling leads and how that management team leads. And if you're doing all of those things as a small business owner, you're going to be successful. You will make it. You just have to follow certain strategies, and then outside of that, be yourself and who you are. And it works, right? So it's just replicating that over and over again. I love to be a beachgoer. I'm a huge put my feet in the sand kind of girl. I live 15-minute walk from the beach, so I spend at least an hour a day there. I'm a very grounding type of person, so when I can have the opportunity to disconnect, I do. But I think for me, it's a work-life balance. It's so imperative and important, and that's really what I'm hoping to give, not just to myself and my employees, but to my clients as well.